And really the most valuable commodity that all of our customers have is the data that only they have access to. So you need to be able to leverage that for AI to be able to move forward, and that's what we're here to do.
Jason Mueller is the Vice President of Sales at Opaque. Jason joins us now here at Money 2020 in Las Vegas, Nevada. It is great to have you here. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So let's start first with a bit of an introduction to your work at Opaque for anyone who doesn't know too much about the firm. And what would you say are among your top priorities these days?
Sure. So we're a confidential AI platform, and so our top priority is always helping very large security-centric organizations leverage their most sensitive data for AI, but doing that safely. And so I think we see a lot of customers kind of getting stuck in the mud, and there's a lot of fear around leveraging sensitive data with AI for good reason, and we're here to help them solve that challenge.
Do you feel like the space of enterprise AI adoption is moving a little bit slowly? Is it moving at the proper pace? How are things playing out?
I think experimentation is accelerated, so there's a lot of projects that are moving very quickly, but then there's a chasm that happens when projects try to get into production, especially around leveraging sensitive data or proprietary data that maybe only a large bank has, that if that ends up getting leaked, then it's gone forever. And so the risk of the stakes are very high. And so I see a lot of experimentation accelerating, but the move to production can be a little bit scary, which is maybe slower than people expected then.
We're talking an awful lot about artificial intelligence at Money 2020 this year, understandably so, but what is confidential AI? What would you most want people to know about that particular part of the conversation?
Yeah, so the confidential aspect is really protecting the sensitive data during runtime itself. So data has been protected at rest, data has been protected in use in transition for a long time, but data in use always needs to be in clear text to be able to be leveraged. And so that creates a really wide vector of attack for that data to eventually be leaked. So confidential AI leverages confidential computing under the covers and then builds on top of that to provide an end-to-end solution for keeping data encrypted end-to-end for AI workloads.
Tell me about Opaque Studio. I know that's a really new, exciting launch that you just made that announcement here at Money 2020. What do you want people to know about that?
Yeah, so we have an Opaque confidential runtime, which is a lot of what we've talked about so far, which is where all of the magic happens, keeping the data encrypted and protected at all times. We protect the data before it's ever leveraged at runtime. During runtime, obviously, it's run in an encrypted environment. And then afterwards, there's a verifiable audit trail that's produced to prove that only approved actions were taken against the data. And that audit trail is signed by the hardware itself, so it's completely tamper-proof and can be verified as well. So what we found is that's really cool, but some of our customers are maybe a little bit earlier in the adoption curve of AI, so having an Opaque Studio on top that's built on LangGraph, which is the most popular agentic studio in the world, gives them a way to, in our platform, be able to create these AI or agentic workflows and then push them into production, and then all of the security aspects are taken over by Opaque automatically.
There's no doubt you're really specializing in the broader latency conversation, right? You're really trying to shorten a lot of these existing time horizons. ServiceNow is using Opaque to turn, in their words, 4 days into 4 seconds. What does that mean to you, and what other types of results have you been seeing?
Sure, so we see a lot of the early adoption of AI in these kind of back office optimizations. So for ServiceNow, the use case you're referring to is a commission assist platform. So there were a couple of dozen human agents that were fielding questions from the 6,000 sellers at ServiceNow around commission-related questions, other very sensitive topics around payments and spiffs, and also had their customer data in there as well. So very sensitive data. There were questions that were being asked that were taking 4 days to get a response to. They viewed that as kind of a productivity challenge, if you will. And so now with confidential AI and leveraging Opaque, that's all automated through an agentic workflow and happens in 4 seconds. So keeping the sales machine moving at ServiceNow.
And it's not just ServiceNow, you're partnering with some of the biggest mega cap companies across Wall Street that really drive the broader major market indexes. Talk to me about what is next for Opaque, the future of enterprise AI, given how exciting so many of those partnerships are.
I think the future for us is just continuing to accelerate how easy it is for our customers to push those most sensitive data into production with AI. And we see a lot of momentum in different aspects. We talked a little bit about the back office optimization, but also including some of our larger customers being able to get to the product side as well, where they can provide guarantees to their customers because they're offering AI capabilities to their end user customers in a lot of cases, and we can enable that as well. So I think it's just broadening the horizon and then lowering the barrier of entry. And really the most valuable commodity that all of our customers have is the data that only they have access to. So you need to be able to leverage that for AI to be able to move forward, and that's what we're here to do.
Jason Mueller, Vice President of Sales at Opaque, joining us for a great conversation here at Money 2020 in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's been great to have you. Thanks for taking the time.
Yeah, thank you.